Catcast, episode 13. Content warning, this one has an altar in it. Before Paddy is a large altar made of veins and flesh. It demands sacrifice. 2 options, sacrifice Paddy or ignore. Nobody in this party has ever ignored anything in their life. 231 hours, 69% complete. The percentage is a coincidence, the hours are not. Right, last episode I left you on a genuine question. Paddy hit level 6 and got offered 2 upgrades.
Meow.
A temporary stick, maybe even a big one, the game's words.
Meow.
Or a passive called Wonder Chess.
I went with the chess. It moves me either way.
Read it out, Paddy.
Move toward the closest enemy. The dumber you are, the farther you
And
move.
how far do you move, Paddy?
Very far, further than seems useful.
So we're in the boneyard, which is a graveyard with worse lighting. This is the Fluffy Grillmasters. That is their actual registered team name. The one waiting in first is Paddy, spin department.
Meow.
I attack everything around me 3 times.
Not everything around you is an enemy, Paddy.
3 times. It doesn't ask who.
Tall yellow gentleman is Arnulf.
The game's own words are, "This cat has mutations!" exclamation mark. Not a diagnosis, an announcement.
His mouth debuffs anyone standing next to him, and his eyebrows add range.
I've been told the eyebrows are the only part of me that's working.
Then there's Quick, who is on level 7 and does not speak to press. And Tatiana, who has a television on her head and more eyes than the job needs. That's the roster. 4 cats out of 148 at home. The house does not consider them irreplaceable. Keep that in mind. The thing hitting them is a dieback, which takes revenge on whoever kills it. So the strategy is to kill it with someone we're relaxed about.
Why is everyone looking at me? I don't like this at all.
No reason,
There
absolutely
it
none.
goes. Victory 4 rounds. And Quick gets level 7 out of it. The offers are Schadenfreude plus. All your stats go up by 2. For every disorder your party has.
That is not an upgrade, that's an audit.
Look at this party and tell me it isn't the strongest card on the table. Also available, Lord of the Flies plus, and a plain +1 and a full heal. Boneyard map, 4 cats, all upright, all employed. Quick 7, Tatiana 6. Note that down. It's the last time this list is accurate. There's a house on the far right, which is the way home. And a signpost on the way to it reading Throbbing Domain.
We could go home. Nobody's stopping us.
We did not go home. Before Paddy is a large altar made of veins and flesh. It demands sacrifice.
It says before Paddy. Why is it in front of me specifically?
2 buttons, sacrifice Paddy, ignore.
There's an ignore. Everyone can see there's an ignore.
Paddy lies sacrificed on top of the altar. The altar is pleased. That was not a long deliberation. It gets better. The remaining cats feel strengthened, and one of them begrudgingly pulls on Paddy's corpse, salvaging it for useful parts. Paddy got extra limb, Paddy got intestines.
Paddy got them. That's the phrasing. Paddy received his own insides.
Whole party healed to full, everyone got a stat out of him. And here's the vacancy filled. This is Suzy.
Hi, what's this thing you're putting on me?
Intestines, +2 health, +1 regeneration.
Whose intestines? That's not a small question.
Don't worry about it. You've also got the Kandarian. A melee attack that always crits and inflicts bleed 10. 1 use left. And a feathered necklace, 15% dodge.
So I'm dressed as a dead colleague and armed with something expiring.
You're on the team, Suzy. This is the Throbbing Domain. It is pink, it is wet, and it is somebody's inside.
There is a toilet on the battlefield.
There is. Nobody's mentioning it either.
Nobody's addressing the toilet. That's a collective decision.
The toilet is not the strangest thing here, and you're standing in the rest of it. Enemy roster, digging maggots, clots, things with too many legs.
A maggot just introduced itself. By name,
Arnold
unprompted.
takes jump, which he has because the alternative was staying where he was.
That is the reason for most of my decisions.
Suzy, level 0, is being sent in first.
Because I'm new.
Because you're new.
And because I'm wearing the last one.
That's not why.
It's a bit why.
Meanwhile, Quick is doing the thing Quick does. The ability is called Burp Plus. Inflict Rot 2 and Poison 2 on a unit, and it moves away from you.
It moves away from you. That part isn't the ability. That's just the burp.
Level 7, and the crown jewel of his kit is a digestive event.
Every family has one.
Suzy levels. Level 0 to level 2 in one shift.
Is that fast? Nobody's given me a baseline.
That's grief fast. That's the promotion you get when someone's chair is free. Her options are Hunt, Hiss, Metabolize, or Path of the Mage.
What does metabolize do?
Transforms your attack into a random mage spell permanently.
Take the boring one. Trust me on this.
Why? What's wrong with the mage spell?
Consistency. It's what we do here. It's practically the house style.
9 episodes of cats being offered something spectacular and choosing the option that will not surprise anyone at the funeral.
Ours or theirs? Ask before you swing.
Meat hook.
Say the name of the move again. Slowly this
Meat
time.
hook.
In the meat room with the meat king. Yes, very subtle, everyone.
Something has cast infest, which does exactly what it says on the tin. And the tin is the floor.
The floor is producing more floor.
The floor is producing staff. Different problem. I've got Pierce, +2 range. My attacks pass through units. And ignore shields for the rest of the turn.
Which sounds impressive until you see what he does with it.
I hit 4 things, and one of them was a toilet.
Tatiana's holding the middle. She has not said a word all episode. She has a screen on her head, and I think she's watching something.
Is anyone going to tell her the fight's happening?
She knows. She's the only one who does. Quick's got a queue forming and is answering it the only way he knows. Right, Arnold's inventory. 2 items I want you to look at. Item 1, Hello. +1 mana, and a chance of more when he takes damage.
A halo.
A Hello.
I have a mouth mutation that debuffs anyone who stands near me. Last episode, I said I tasted colors.
And now you've got a Halo. Item 2, Holy Shield. Blocks an entire instance of incoming damage.
So I'm the Holy One, in here, standing in a stomach.
And there he is, the Throbbing King. His tooltip is 4 words long, and one of them is capitalized. Follow his orders, or else.
Follow his orders is not a mechanic. That's a personality.
It is a mechanic. All stats down. Everything about you decreases by 1.
Everything? All 4 things?
Everything you have.
I had 4 things.
You had 4 things.
He's also laying ice tiles. Things on ice slide when hit.
So he's made the floor slippery and the workforce worse. He's not a monster. He's middle management.
The Fluffy Grillmasters open with everything they have got, which today is a burp, a halo, and a level 2.
I'm doing my best. It's not showing.
Nobody's questioning the effort, Suzy. Tatiana walks in, still nothing, still watching her program. Arnold takes a hit meant for the new one.
That was not deliberate. I slid.
The ice.
The ice.
And here come the orders. Every unit in the room gets told what to do.
I would like it on record that I only complied for tactical reasons.
You complied instantly. Zero hesitation.
Tactically, instantly.
This is a boss whose entire design is a workplace. And this party's entire design is doing what the last voice told them.
No.
They sacrificed a colleague on a rock 40 minutes ago on a 2-button prompt.
Oh, no.
He's going to find them extremely easy to manage.
Is that why we're losing?
You're not losing. You're being onboarded.
Meow.
Quick opens his mouth. Rot 2, poison 2, and it moves away from him.
The king moved away from him.
The king moved away from him.
Finally, a strategy. Only took 9 episodes.
And now the room starts doing that. Every one of those is landing somewhere, and none of them are aimed at nobody.
I've been hit by the ceiling. That's a new one, even for us.
The ceiling is his. So is the floor. So is the weather.
There's no weather in here. We're inside a person.
There's weather in here, Arnold. Look up.
I would rather not look up. Ever, if that's an option.
Tatiana's still in the middle of it, taking notes. Whatever she's watching on that screen, it's got better pacing than this.
Meow.
Someone's found bottles of blood, and someone else has found an energy drink.
Meow.
And I want you to guess which one of those helped more.
The drink. Obviously the drink.
The drink, every time.
Lightning surge goes off. Half the room is on the floor.
Meow.
Which half? I'd like specifics.
Yours mostly. I got the smaller half.
Right. Noted for future reference.
Meow.
Break free. Somebody in this party has been held by something and has stopped being held by it.
It was me. It was for a while. Nobody came looking.
How was it?
Meow.
Warm. Weirdly considerate, actually.
We're not going to unpack that. Meet Hook again. 3rd time this episode.
Somebody in development really committed to a theme.
Arnold, Halo intact, wades into the biggest cluster on the board.
The shield takes 1 whole instance. I've done the maths.
There are 11 instances.
I've done some of the maths, the important half.
Meow.
Suzy's in there with a knife that always crits and 1 use left.
When do I use it? Give me a sign.
You'll know. Everyone always knows.
That's not a plan. That's a shrug.
It's the plan that got Paddy to level 6.
Meow.
Paddy is a rock ornament.
And this is where it turns. The king's been carved down by 4 cats who mostly attack by accident.
Splintering. Something's splintering.
That's him. Stunned. He's stunned. The manager is stunned.
Nobody move. Nobody follow any orders.
Big number lands. I'm not allowed to read you the number. House rule. I read names, items, and event text. I do not read stats.
You read the number in your head, though.
I read the number in my head and I enjoyed it.
Meow.
Meet Hook one final time into a king who is out of orders.
Meow.
And that's him.
Dead. Meow.
Suzy hits level 3. 0 to 3 in 1 working day.
Slugger, self-assured, lucky, or pulp.
Pulp. When you kill a unit or destroy a corpse, it becomes meat.
I don't want to be the meat person.
Somebody has to be the meat person.
And then the game does this.
Meow.
The corpse of the throbbing king lies before Tatiana,
Dead.
his blood and organs spilling out upon the ground. Loot corpse or ignore.
Meow.
There's the ignore again. Somebody built that button for a reason.
Has anyone in this house ever pressed it?
Second corpse this episode, second time that button went unused. Tatiana, first to move, not one word all day.
Meow.
The Fluffy Grillmasters return home. And the game gives Arnold the last word on the way out.
See, I didn't betray anyone. Nobody can say I did.
That is his line. I did not write that. That is the game. A cat with a halo, walking home from a stomach, unprompted, announcing to nobody that he didn't betray anyone.
Because I didn't. On the record.
Nobody asked Arnulf, not once.
Exactly. Nobody asked, which is suspicious of all of you.
Home, Sunday the 12th of May. 147 cats in the house, rated for 41.
Rated by whom? Someone should tell them.
Nobody. It's a number in the corner. It has never once been enforced. Food's going down. The loot goes in storage, and storage is full. So most of a dead king ends up in the bin. And now the part I actually find sinister.
Meow.
This is the send out screen. Somebody goes out again tomorrow. Suzy's name is already on it.
I've been employed since Sunday.
You've been employed since the vacancy.
There's always a vacancy. That is the entire business model.
Downstairs, the house is doing what the house does. Paperwork, a waiting list, a queue of volunteers, nobody volunteered. The food's going down, and the answer to that has never once been fewer cats.
It's the other answer. Nobody picks fewer cats.
It's always the other answer. So here's tomorrow's shortlist. Pudge, age 8. Astri, age 4. Bill Cipher, age 6.
Bill Cipher, is that a person's name?
Bill Cipher, level 0. Exactly what you were on Sunday morning.
I was level 0 on Sunday morning.
You were a form somebody had to fill in.
And that altar is still out there. Still made of veins. Still wants one. Only now it knows something about this house. That when it asks, this house says yes in under 4 seconds. So who ends up on the rock? Subscribe and I'll show you who they picked.
Wow.